This is definitely a topic for which I would like to hear your opinion. Basically, through the Goat Guild, I receive regularly requests from pre-MVP horizontal SaaS founders who are looking to raise a little bit of money. And the setup is very similar in many of these cases. First, the founders are still building the product and don't have users yet. So there is no product validation and no monetization validation. These companies are pre-MVP. And second, they operate in horizontal software categories, meaning that these are generous marketing, HR, sales, developer tools, etc. They do not focus on a particular industry or niche of users. My problem with this setup and where I would like to have more opinions is that I find it almost impossible to invest in these startups if I don't know the founders beforehand and basically make a bet on the founders only. And I have three main reasons for that. First, most horizontal SaaS categories are now crowded with both bootstrap and VC-backed startups. So most customers already have many options to choose from. It's unlike what is happening on the vertical software front, where I have the impression that there are more blue ocean types of spaces, or at least more needs that are not answered yet. Second, I start to believe that in these horizontal software categories, there is no edge/secret sauce anymore for pre-seed startups. Whether it's tech, distribution, or marketing edges, I don't see how startups can have an edge or bring something radically different. Just as an example, look at how fast SaaS incumbents are adopting generative AI tech in their products. Third, in these mature categories, in my opinion, you have more space for bootstrap startups than VC-backed startups. So it's actually a risk for both the founders and the investors to do equity rounds too early, as it can narrow your options when you start to generate revenue. My current opinion is that with horizontal SaaS in 2023, the playbook is to reach at least the first monetization validation before raising money with outside investors. And if you need a bit of cash before, then the founders should look more for friends and family money. Basically, the only edge left for horizontal SaaS founders is a flawless execution. And this is something that you cannot see or measure before you generate at least some revenue. Of course, there are exceptions to that, like if you have a pure enterprise play or like if you manage to go into a top tier incubator like YC. But it's not the majority of the pre-seed startups out there. Now that I exposed my views and my problem with this setup, I would love to hear your opinion. If you had money to invest in startups, would you invest in pre-MVP horizontal SaaS startups? And how about with MVP but pre-monetization? And if you do invest, what are the criteria that you will look and aspects that would convince you to invest? Also, another big question that I have is, do you like me think that there is no tech, distribution or marketing edge anymore at pre-seed and that it's purely the execution that matters? Or do I see something wrong on that side? So don't hesitate to share what you think directly in the comments below. I will really appreciate it.